good evening to one and all. So today we gathered here for a webinar on benefits and the career opportunities with the GATE. I think most of the engineers knows about the importance of GATE. So graduate aptitude test in engineering. So basically it tests your comprehensive understanding of your respective program. So today, since we have only mechanical engineer in this particular meeting, so our chief guest will be addressing about the benefits and the career opportunities when you have GATE. So it is useful for higher studies as well as it will help you to get jobs, especially some public service jobs. So with this, I would like to call Alan KJ to introduce our chief guest.
Good evening, one and all gathered here. I welcome our faculty and my students and our speaker Murali Karthikeyan, M.Tech, Head Academies, GATE, Time Education, and his academic profiles: B.Tech Electrical and Electronical Engineering from Anna University 2012, M.Tech Control and Instrumentation Engineering from Tyagaraja College of Engineering 2014, Senior Research Fellow at IIT Madras Industrial Consultancy, and Sponsored Research from May 2014 to March 2015. GATE experiences: qualified graduate aptitude testing engineering, first-hand knowledge on how the exams have changed over a period of time, appearance 9 times between GATE 2011 to GATE 2020, consistently about 97 percentile in GATE EEE, GATE teaching experience of about 7 years, handled over 200 batches from GATE PSU for PCE EEE in subjects like control subject and circuit theories. And once more I welcome our speaker to give a speech on the topic of benefits and career opportunities with GATE.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'll just share my screen. Just let me know if my screen is visible. 1 minute. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I hope my audio is also clear.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
So, good evening, everyone. And thank you, sir, for the introduction and for those kind words. Right. So, this webinar today, right, will be focusing on making all of you understand what are the changes, challenges, and opportunities through GATE. Right. Now, what are the additional benefits that you people are having? Okay. What are the requirements for you people, that is engineering graduates, to take up the GATE examination? What will be the advantages of taking the examination? So this is what we will be trying to understand in today's session. Right. Now, today's session is going to mainly talk from 4 different points. The first one will be all about GATE 2022 examination. So we will talk about what are the major changes that has happened in the examination with respect to GATE 2021, and what changes are expected in GATE 2022, right? And then what the GATE exam is, and specifically what are the new papers that have been added. So major changes we'll talk about in the first part. Then we will talk about what are the career opportunities for GATE. So career opportunities in the sense, what are the job sector options with respect to GATE for mechanical graduates? With respect to higher education, what are the job prospects that you people have? So we'll cover that in part 2. And in the third part, we will be talking about the exam pattern and syllabus changes and all those things. And finally, we will talk about exam preparation strategy. At the end, I'll also have a Q&A session also, through which you can ask any doubts that you people are having. Right. So I hope the entire webinar, this entire meeting has only mechanical students. So I'll cover only from mechanical point of view. If there are any other department students, just unmute and let me know at that particular point of time. Okay. So as of now, let me assume solely mechanical engineering graduates, and I'll be covering only for mechanical students. Right. Now, so first thing you need to understand is what is GATE? The Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering GATE. Right. So this exam is not a new exam. It has been there for a lot of years, more than past 30 plus years. So every year, one out of the 7 old IITs and IISc Bangalore together on a round robin fashion, right? They organize the GATE examination. So last year in 2021, IIT Bombay was the organizing institute, and this year IIT Kharagpur will be the organizing institute, right? So this year, as instance, GATE 2022, the exam that is happening in upcoming February. Okay. Now, how many people take up the examination? Every year, close to around 9 to 10 lakh people write the examination, and that is the same in the pandemic also. Even during pandemic, 8.8 lakh people took up the examination. So the number of people who are taking the examination has not reduced. Okay. Now, what is the timeline for the examination? So for people who are planning to take up the exam in next year, February, the notification will come this month, July. The application starts in the month of September. The application last date will be over in the month of October. In up to November, you can make any small changes in the application form. In the month of January, you will have your admit card, hall ticket. February, second week and first week. These are the 2 times where you will have your GATE examination, right? And the results will be announced in March. So this is the timeline for the GATE examination. Okay. Now, what is the eligibility criteria to write the examination? Right. Now, please understand, up to last year, only final year students were allowed to take up the examination. But from this year onwards, third year students are also allowed to take the examination. Okay. So since third year students are also allowed, now for students who are graduating in 2023, that is 19 to 13 batch, 19 to 23 batch, okay, 2019 to 2023 batch, even they are eligible to write the exam in GATE 2022 coming February. Okay. Till last year, before graduation, you can write the exam only once. But this year, before graduation, you can write the exam twice. One third year, once in fourth year. Next major change that has happened this year is that there has been an increase in the number of paper attempts. I told you previously that you can write only once. Now, each year you can write 2 papers. So in third year, you can write 2 papers, and in final year, you can write 2 papers. And totally, you will have around 4 chances before you graduate. There are 2 new papers that have added that have been added this year, and one of which will be very interesting for people of you people. So from this year onwards, we have marine engineering as a separate paper, right? And another paper that is getting added newly this year is geomatics. Okay. So when I'm saying there are 2 papers available to write in third year and 2 papers in final year, it is not necessary that you have to write all 2 papers in second year, 2 papers in third year and 2 papers in final year. That is the maximum number of options that are being given. You can choose to write whether you want to write 1 paper or whether you want to write 2 papers, whether you want to write in third year, whether you want to write in final year. It is your choice. Okay, it is not compulsory. And finally, there has been a lot of pattern changes and syllabus changes, which we will cover at the end. So these are the overall important changes as far as GATE is concerned. Now, the first question when I'm saying third year students are allowed, that comes to your mind is, sir, how can a third year student like me will be able to compete with a final year student or a pass out student, right? Now, in M.Tech, every semester you have around 6 papers, theory papers. I'm not talking about the lab exams, I'm talking only about the theory exams. Now, every semester you have around 6 theory papers. 8 semesters means 6 8s are you have around 48 theory papers. You don't have all 48 theory papers for GATE. You have only 9 theory papers out of that 48 theory papers. For mechanical, you can see on the screen, aptitude and maths is common for all the department. Core papers means engineering and mechanics. You would have studied that in second semester. SOM, synthetic materials, you must have studied that in third semester. Machine design or design of machine elements, fourth or fifth semester. Kinematics of machines and vibrations, again fourth or fifth semester. Fluid mechanics, third or fourth semester. Thermodynamics, third or fourth semester. Right. Then manufacturing, fourth or fifth semester. Heat and mass transfer and industrial engineering may be the only paper that you are doing at fifth semester or later than that. So strictly speaking, some 70 to 80% of the entire syllabus comes from your second year syllabus and up to fifth semester syllabus. So academically, you have no problem in writing the exam in February. That is in your sixth semester. There is no academically, you are not ineligible to take up the examination. You should be able to do well. Right. Now, what are the paper selection options that I told you? Right. As I said, you can write one paper, right, or you can write two papers. For mechanical students, you can write a mechanical paper. If you want to write two papers, then you can write mechanical and engineering sciences. Okay, XC paper. So these are the options that have been given to you. Okay, right? I hope I'm clear. Now, that concludes the first part of the discussion that we were supposed to have. Now, in the second part, I said we will talk about the career opportunities. Okay. Now, once you finish your undergraduation, okay, B.Tech or B, whatever degree specifically that you are doing, once you finish your undergraduation, there are two specific career paths that many of us choose. You will either go for a job or you will go for higher education. Okay. So those are the two specific career paths that we have. We'll spend some 5 to 10 minutes to discuss both of those career paths. Okay. Now, with respect to higher education, after B.Tech, you can do 4 different degrees. You can either do an M.Tech or you can do an M.S. Okay. And I hope you know what is the difference between an M.Tech and a M.S. program. If some of us will say, sir, if we do within India, it is M.Tech program, sir. If we do it abroad, it is M.S. program. So it is not like that. Okay. M.Tech program is focused more on the coursework. M.S. program is focused more on the project work or research work. Okay. Both are available in the country. IIT Madras has MS program. NIT Trichy has MS program. IIIT T.I.M.E has MS program. All right. NIT has MS program. So MS program is available within the country. Okay. You need not have an idea that you can do MS only by going abroad. No, that is not true. Okay. You can do MS from India itself. Okay. And then the third degree that you will be eligible, right, is PhD. Right. The doctorate PhD degree that you can do right after your 7th semester. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry, there was an internet issue. I had to connect to a different network. Right. Am I still audible? Is my video clear?
Yes, sir, you may go.
Yeah. Okay. So you can also start doing your PhD, doctorate degree. Now, if you ask your college faculties, right, people who have finished their doctorate degrees, they'll be able to tell you that they were able to apply for PhD only after they finished their M.Tech or MS program. But that is not the case nowadays. Okay, you can actually start applying right from your 7th semester itself. Okay, so right from your 7th semester, you will be able to apply for PhD. What happens is in 7th semester, you will make your application. At the end of 7th semester, you will have your interview process. Okay, for example, IIT Madras has something called as the early doctoral program. At the 7th semester end, you will make your application. If you are qualified, they'll give you an offer letter. Okay, you will come back to your college, finish your 8th semester. After that, you will go and start your doctorate program, okay, with IIT Madras. After you finish your B.Tech directly, you need not do your M.E or M.Tech program. So this is the advantage that you are going to have. Okay, and the last final program is the MBA. Now, since there is a non-technical program, I am not going to discuss much about that. Okay, but I hope you understood what are the higher education options that you have. Now, what is the admission process for all these things? If you are trying to get into an IIT, okay, for M.Tech, there is a process called COEAP, the Common Offer Admissions Portal process. So a majority of the IITs will consider only your GATE score. Some of the IITs will have GATE score plus interview. Okay. If you're looking at doing a M.Tech at NITs, then no NIT has an interview process. All of them do it through a single portal called CCMT, the Centralized Counseling for M.Tech Admissions. There are triple ITs also in the country. For triple ITs, for doing a M.Tech at triple ITs, again, it will be the CCMT process. Some of them will have individual tests and some of them will directly go only with GATE score. So if you want to do your M.Tech at any IIT, NIT or triple IT or IISc Bangalore, then it is compulsory to write GATE. Now, with respect to jobs, right? Now let us consider that there are two companies coming to your campus, company A and company B. Now you're all sitting for placement. Both the companies are conducting the recruitment process, and at the end, both the companies, company A as well as company B, are giving you an offer letter. Now, based on what factors will you choose to go with either company A or company B? Based on what you will take a decision? First of all, you will think about salary, who is paying you more, correct? Then you will look at job security. Then you will look at career growth. Then you will look at whether it is a core job. Let us say a mechanical engineering student is getting an offer from both TCS and Renault Nissan. Okay, a mechanical students will want to go with Renault Nissan because even though if it is slightly lesser paying salary, that is the core department of what they had studied. Okay, then so if these are the criteria based on which you are going to decide a job, then all of you must understand about a set of companies called PSUs, public sector undertakings. In India, we have around 130 different PSUs, out of which some 65 different PSUs directly recruit using GATE score. So how do they recruit? So they recruit in one out of the three ways. One, either they directly recruit through GATE score or an interview. Then path two, that you have companies like ISRO and DRDO where they have their own exam, ISRO exam and DRDO exam. You can either write the ISRO exam or DRDO exam, or you can join ISRO or DRDO using GATE score. Then state level companies like T.I.M.E. For example, T.I.M.E. or TNPSC, when it wanted to recruit new mechanical engineering graduates last year, it had its own exam. That exam syllabus was GATE syllabus. So overall, right, these are the career options that you people have. Okay. Now, what are the companies that are recruiting through GATE? Okay. So these are a list of few companies. Now, based on the criteria which we discussed, growth, job security, all of this will be there in all these government sector companies. Okay. Now, what is the, apart from this job sector and other things, the first condition we had was salary. Now, what is the average salary for any company that is coming to your campus? Somewhere around 3 to 4 lakhs we can expect. Here, at public sector companies, the lowest starting salary for a fresher is around 9.5 lakhs. The highest is at around 17 lakhs. All of this is for freshers. So basically, if you're looking at through salary as a primary criteria, then all of you must be trying for public sector companies. 65 different companies recruiting through a single exam. How will they recruit? They will release notifications like this on the newspapers. where you are supposed to look at the notification and you have to apply to the companies. Now, you will want to know, sir, okay, sir, you told us a list of companies. What are the companies that are there specifically for mechanical? Okay, so what I have put now on the screen is a list of some companies, and the last column, M.E, if I am marking it as yes, then those companies recruit for mechanical. You have SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, IOCL, Hindustan Aeronautical, NTPC, BARC, Baba Atomic Research Center, MPCCL, right? Next set have come BHEL, Bharat Petroleum, Bharat Earth Movers, GAIL, Gas Authority, Naval Lignite Corporation, Central Electronics, Mazagon Dock Limited, NTPC Sail Power Company, Konkan Railways, Bihar State Power Holding, Hindustan Petroleum, Coal India, Mangalore Refinery, NHPC, National Hydroelectric Power Corporation, DRDO, NPCIL, right? Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers, RCF, NFL, Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, Theri Hydro Development Corporation, Electronics ECIL, Oil India Limited, RITES, Rail Technical Service, NALCO, BNPM, and Mineral Exploration Companies. These many companies for mechanical engineering graduates recruit through a single exam called GATE. Okay. Now, apart from this, you have some research options also. You can join as a research fellow at CSIR using GATE score, or you can join the BARC, Baba Atomic Research Center, for 1-year program for mechanical engineering graduates, where you will join as a training scientific officer. Once the training is done, you'll be posted as scientific officer group A at the Department of Atomic Agencies offices across the country. Okay. If people who are doing very good in the 1-year program are eligible to cover the 2-year program, okay, then they will themselves sponsor you to do an M.Tech program. You can keep the employment and also study an M.Tech. They will give you both the options. Apart from this, few abroad universities also accept GATE score. Nanyang University, National University of Singapore, RWTH Aiken University, T.I.M.E. So these many abroad universities accept GATE score if you're an Indian. Now, these are the options and opportunities that we have with respect to GATE exam. So that concludes our second part of the discussion. I told you third part, we will talk about the major changes that has happened with respect to the exam. So there are 3 different types of questions. One is called multiple choice question, or in other words, choose the best answer. You'll have the question, 4 different options. One of them is the right answer. If you choose the correct answer, you get full mark. If you choose the wrong answer, you get 1/3 of the mark as negative. Okay. Then you have something called numerical ability questions. Numerical ability questions are like fill in the blanks questions. There are no negative marks for these questions. Okay. Then you have multiple select questions. You have question, you have 4 different options A, B, C, D. One of them will be the right answer. Sorry, more than one will be the right answer. You'll have to select all of them. That is why it is called multiple select questions. Okay. Now, what are the specific marks required to be declared a qualified candidate? Okay. So the exam, as I told you, is for 100 marks. So, and you will have 65 different questions. Now, on your screen, I have put up what is the qualification mark required for each of the caste category students. Okay, based on your caste category, what is the mark required for you to be declared as a qualified candidate? You can choose. That is for GATE 18, GATE 19, and that is for GATE 20 and GATE 2021. Now, please don't be fooled by the fact, okay, sir, for semester exam, the last day I'm studying, I'm able to get 55 marks and pass mark. Okay, getting 35 out of 100 is not going to be tough. If a general or 25 or 35, it's not going to be a tough mark, sir. If you think like that, out of, let us say, 1.5 lakh mechanical students who are writing the paper, only around 20,000 people pass the exam. Not more than that. So, people have to understand it is not like your semester exam. You have to prepare and you need to plan properly if you are planning to take up the GATE examination. So the exam, as I said, for 100 marks, you'll have 15 marks from aptitude, 13 marks from engineering maths, and 72 marks from your core engineering department, mechanical department. Now I put up some subject-wise analysis. I'll go directly for mechanical. Yeah. So I showed you the 9 core subjects that you have. I am trying to analyze what is the mark weightage of each of those subjects over the past few years. You can see thermodynamics and manufacturing, 2 subjects alone are coming for around 25 marks every year out of 100 marks. Thermal and manufacturing, only 2 subjects. Now, for making an application next month, what are the documents required? You will require a college ID card, your photograph, signature scan, SC/ST and OBC certificate if you are claiming reservation, and if you are a physically challenged person, then physically disabled certificate, PWD certificate. So what are the important points that we have discussed? So third years and final years are eligible. You will have to, even if you are writing 1 paper or 2 paper, only 1 application is enough, and the fees for the examination would be based on number of papers that you are writing. There is no limit on the number of attempts that you can have for GATE. The exams will happen in the month of February 2022. So for people who are planning to prepare, T.I.M.E has 3 different courses. So the GATE online course, which is the recorded version, GATE online course, the live classes, and DigiGate e-learning. We have 3 different specific courses. So this is how the GATE online course, both the recorded and the live course, their student homepages look like. So you will have your weekly class schedule put up, what class, what date, what timing, it will be mentioned there, right? If you miss a particular class, then the next day you can watch the missed class video. You can also use your mobile app to attend all your classes and have access to everything. So your classes will be like this, the video classes, right? This is how your classes will look from mobile phone and from laptop or desktop. And that is for daily scheduled classes. Apart from this, I told there is another product called GATE e-learning. For e-learning, DigiGate e-learning, all these subjects are given at a single go, straight go, right? So students can decide to study what subject they want whenever they want, right? And you have options to ask questions anytime, okay? And this is how the videos will look when it comes to DigiGate. And students have access to the soft copies of the books. Now, apart from all of this, there is something very important for people who are planning to take up GATE. That is the AIM GATE exams, the All India Mock GATE exams. Just like how we are doing for 10th standard and 12th standard, the AIM GATEs are mock exams that are conducted on a national level. So these exams happen every 15 days once, every 20 days once. So they will help you identify how you are performing on an all India level. So you will have section-wise breakup analysis. Section-wise, how many difficult questions was there, how many medium questions was there, how many easy questions were there, how many you attended, how many you did, how you did. Right. Then subject-wise analysis, question-wise analysis. All these analysis will help you understand what is your strength and what is your weakness and how we can actually approach the examination. These are some of our GATE results. There is a scholarship exam coming up for the students, okay, who are planning to prepare for GATE. So the link for the scholarship exam is put up on the screen. We'll also try to send you an SMS with the link for the class. I mean, for the scholarship exam. It's a 1-hour exam. It's a free exam. People can take. People who are planning to take up GATE exam can write the examination. Okay. So based on your performance for preparing with time, you'll be given scholarships also. Now, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer them. Any queries? Do you have any specific queries?
Dear students, if you have any queries, please come forward. Any queries from the students?
Right. If there are no specific queries, then Gnanasegaran sir, you can please take over. So that's all the presentation from my end.
Yes, yes, sir. So on behalf of the students, I have a few questions.
Yeah, please.
So I'll go one by one. So the first question is, so if a student is preparing for a GATE, so when he is supposed to start?
I would say you should start from your 4th semester, because as you look at the subjects, the majority of the subjects are taught for you in 3rd semester and 4th semester. When you are preparing from 4th semester, you can give the exam in 6th semester itself. So that will be one big advantage for you.
Okay. So basically, students might have this doubt also. How many hours they have to spend? Otherwise, how many hours they have to
It
invest
again
per
depends
day?
on the capacity of the student, right? But very easily a planned preparation of, let us say, 5 hours a week. Okay, if you want to split it daily, or if you want to keep it on a Sunday alone, it should be more than enough. For some 5 to 6 months would be more than enough to crack it.
Okay. So students also might have a doubt on how can they prepare, maybe topic wise, otherwise
It should always start with topic level, right? And only then you should go with subject level, and then you should go with interconnected subjects. For example, you should start with engineering mechanics. After engineering mechanics, you should go with Chennai materials. Then you should go with machine design, and then finally you should go with kinematics. So that is the order in which you need to prepare, because there are a lot of interconnected subjects. There is no point in studying machine design without studying synthetic materials, and there is no point in studying synthetic materials without studying engineering mechanics. That is where your planning comes into the picture.
exactly, sir. So students,
Any other doubts?
so those who are planning to go for higher studies, as well as those who are trying for abroad, so this will be pretty useful. And because most of the questions what asked in any kind of a test which is conducted after your graduation, those things will cover only the topic, otherwise the syllabus what GATE have. So if you have any doubt on it, otherwise if you want to ask any kind of idea or any tips, you can pretty well ask to our chief guest, because he already know the exact path to reach the goal. So students, I request you to come forward and ask questions.
Sir, if the students are slightly hesitant, they can always reach out to you. Okay, even after the meeting is over, if you have if the students reach out to you through with any doubts, please let me know. I'll be able to clarify, sir. Okay.
Yes.
Shouldn't be a
Okay,
problem.
sir.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Maybe I can call Saurabh.
Hello.
Saurabh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the course package, sir?
No, that depends on. I mean, you take up the scholarship exam. It depends on how you are performing in the following test.
Okay, sir.
So let's have your academic doubts out here.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine, sir. I think we should be able to wind it up with this, sir. Gnanasegaran, sir. If the students reach you with any other doubts, please feel free to let me know, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. A few more minutes, sir. Our last question. So
Yeah.
basically, in the examination, what is the time management? Because that is very, very important for the students.
Yes.
Not only in examination, even though in the daily schedule also. So when they are preparing for such kind of examination like GATE, then what should be the daily routine which will benefit them the most? So you consider an average student.
See, for any average student, as I was saying, 4 to 5 hours a week should be more than sufficient. Okay, so whether to plan it on the weekdays or to take it on the weekend, it is up to the student's decision. But when it comes to the examination, that 3-hour window, there the time management has to be very, very clear, because there are two different sections for GATE, the aptitude section and core section. Okay, and there are 35 1-mark questions and 32 mark questions. So you will have both 1 mark as well as 2 mark questions. So you need to identify which type of questions you should need to touch first. Okay, and another thing that you need to realize, the exam is for 3 hours and you have 65 questions, which is like 2.5 minutes per question. So within 2.5 minutes, you need to have a look at the question, understand it, understand what is given, work out the formula, find the answer, check the answer, and all these to be done within 2 to 2.5 minutes. So this comes solely out of practice. Without practice, it doesn't happen. So that is where, while during preparation, all these students will need to take up a lot of mock exams or model exams. Okay. Only those exams will be able to help the students in identifying how they can manage their time in the examination hall.
Thank you, sir. So, and moreover, I think a student, when they are doing some sort of self-learning, and some may get into a training center like T.I.M.E or other centers. So, if a student is going for a self-learning, so whether he can able to have the same number of hours that what you have said is
yes, absolutely,
5 hours.
Absolutely, yes. You see, what are the numbers which I gave you are for self-learning actually. If they are actually going with the training outside, then there the number of hours will always be higher than what we had discussed just now. Okay. But for self-learning only, I was telling all the hours till now, and for self-learning there will be more than enough. Students need not worry too much about that from that point of view.
Okay. Okay, sir. So I request you to just summarize what you have said so far, because some of the students have joined just 15 minutes back only. So crisply you can summarize, and then we can wind up, sir.
I'm not able to hear you. Come again, sir, please.
So since some of the students have joined late, maybe they might have some sort of network issue and other things, I request you to summarize so that they will get the important points.
See, for all of you, whether you are going to prepare for write GATE seriously from the exam point of view or not, compulsorily I would suggest all of you to prepare for GATE for one specific reason. The reason is, see, these subjects are from the same subjects that you are studying in your undergraduation. Okay, and when you are preparing for all these subjects, they are going to be useful for your campus placements also. As I was saying, you have only 9 core subjects for the examination. You are doing around 45 to 50 papers in your college degree. And with these 9 papers and through a single exam, close to around 65 different companies are recruiting. Right. So we saw a list of public sector companies. Right. So around 65 different companies recruiting, and with the salaries somewhere starting with the lowest of 9 lakhs per annum. Right. All of you must be planning to prepare for GATE. Right. If it works out, it's fine. If it doesn't work out also, then you can look at specifically, if not GATE. Okay. You can also look at some private companies. Okay. That are recruiting through GATE. Private companies, they have a recruitment process. Some written exam in the recruitment process that will also be based on the GATE syllabus anyway, right? So one way or the other, when you are preparing for GATE, it will be highly useful, right? And the preparation needs to start right from 4th semester. For the simple reason being, as I was telling in the duration of the webinar, right? A majority of the subjects that you are studying for GATE, right, are from your 3rd semester and 4th semester. Okay. So when you are in touch with the subjects from 3rd and 4th semester, preparing for GATE at the same time would be very, very helpful for you. Okay. So that is something that all of you need to consider. Whether you are going to join a M.Tech or not, Okay, GATE is not only about higher education, right? It also depends on a lot of public sector companies. So simply put, just like how you're preparing for semester exam, all of you must compulsorily be once trying for GATE exams, right? So that needs to be a very, very clear understanding that you people must be having, right? Going forward, right? With this many, see, even in the middle of a pandemic, the government sector companies have not changed their recruitment. Okay, so they are still happening, right? And with respect to being from a core sector company or with a job satisfaction, all of this you'll be able to take it up with respect to PSUs. And if you're able to cross the minimum cutoff mark, every month the government will give you a salary for stipend, as stipend, right? So to summarize it up, I would say all of you must be compulsorily trying to prepare for GATE, whether you are going to do M.Tech or not, because GATE is not only about doing higher education. It is predominantly, and we've seen some 40 different companies specifically for mechanical, right? So it's predominantly you should consider it for a job, right? And you should try yourself to take up the examination in third year itself, right? So that if you don't do well, right, you have an additional chance in final year. So that's how you can actually plan for your career by using GATE examination, right? Sir, can you please take over, sir?
Yes, thank you, sir. So I think our students might have understood the importance of the GATE examination. So whatever career that you are going to pursue in your future, so this is going to be the platform. So through that only you are going to be judged. So giving GATE at the third year itself, I think that is a very important, because you have one more chance, and moreover you will get to know what are all the things that you have to prepare. So first of all, when you are looking at the syllabus of the GATE, then you will know what are all the topics that is very important. Even though we are covering the same sort of topics in the regular courses, what we have in our semester wise, but when you look at the GATE syllabus, then it will give you the overall picture. So it is something like the, the abstract of what people are expecting from a mechanical engineer or a computer science engineer or a triple E, like that. So I think Murali Karthikeyan have rightly pointed out and touched upon the important aspects of the GATE examination, and moreover what all you can get when you pass the GATE examination. As he rightly pointed out, you will also get a lot of opportunity for getting the scholarship, because all sort of a government scholarship is only for the students, those who have a valid GATE score. So, sir, I think the statement is correct. If I'm wrong, please.
Yes, correct. What you're saying is correct. What you're saying is correct.
Yes. And moreover, if you approach a premier institute like IIT or IISc, whenever you go and apply there, then they would be definitely asking you about the GATE score. Only if you have a valid GATE score, then only you will be taken for any kind of courses. Okay, you have a lot of opportunities in premier institute, especially in IITs and moreover in IICs. So with the help of the GATE score, you can directly go and apply. As he said, you also have the opportunity to take up the PhD once after your UG itself. So that option is also available, and moreover, GATE is being a valid score in abroad. So if you are going abroad, then this score will be valid, and moreover, this will have a higher credential. When you go to a abroad university with only your UG certificate, that will have different credits. So the weightage of those applications will be different, and if you have a valid GATE score, then the weightage will be more. So in all aspects, it is pretty much helpful for you, and moreover, you can get a government job also. So please spend 5 hours minimum per week for preparing GATE, as Murali Karthikeyan has suggested. For an average student, he said that 5 hours is more than sufficient per week. So you plan accordingly. Either you can have it 1 hour per day, otherwise weekend. So plan accordingly and do take a lot of mock test. There are so many websites are available which is giving mock test with respect to GATE. So you can simply log in and then you can take the test and then self-evaluate. Don't wait for someone to evaluate you. You have to evaluate yourself so that it will make you understand what is the type of a preparation and how much time you are supposed to put in for achieving that particular goal. So with that, I would like to thank our chief guest Murali Karthikeyan for giving the details regarding the gate, starting from the application and then what are all the changes in gate and what is the advantage of taking gate and then what are all the opportunities after gate for mechanical students. So I would like to thank each one of you who have joined here, my dear students and the faculty members. And I would like to thank our head of the department, Dr. R. Karthikeyan. And I would like to thank our faculty department faculties and our management for giving us opportunity to conduct these kind of events. I hope that this will be a kickstart for the students to think about the gate and then do well in the future. So with that, I would like to close the event. Thanks once for all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Students, I'll be sharing the feedback link in our WhatsApp group. So please do fill that.